I'm here today because I'm being accused of cheating on my boyfriend while he was in prison. He was in prison because of a domestic violence with me. He hit me. I don't even remember what the argument was about. We had started fighting the night before, and it spilled over into the next morning. He gave me a black eye. My face hurt. I had to look at that. I was reminded of that. And like the physical pain is like not even as much. Like it's not the same as like what you go through mentally when somebody puts you through that. He hit me, and I think our neighbors heard and they had called the cops. That day I just knew like I couldn't live like that. Like it was scary. It was like I didn't recognize the look in his eyes. I chose to stay with him because I love him, and I know that that's not him, how we normally are together, and I just felt like in my heart like I wanted to give him another chance for our family. And that was the only time that he ever hit me. He accuses me of cheating and acts like I was the one that did something wrong. And I stayed with him the whole time, 3 years. When he went to prison, I got a job. A few months after that, I started nursing school. And then meanwhile, I'm still, you know, making sure there's money on the phone for him and sending him packages and sending him money. Talked to him every single day that he was gone. While he was in prison, I happened to meet this guy. I talked to him less than a handful of times on the phone. It wasn't like an intimate relationship. It wasn't like sexual, like nothing ever happened. It was just a couple phone calls. And I did tell Chris, and he doesn't believe me that like nothing more happened. And I know that we're here like because of what I did to him, but he betrayed me first. I just wish he would understand that I love him and that I'm good to him. I'm at a breaking point. I don't want this to keep getting brought up. I love him, but I can't live like that.
Chris, why did you hit Hailey?
There was really no excuse for my actions. We had an argument one day. That argument, we went to bed that night and we didn't settle the argument. It spilled over into the next morning.
What were you arguing about?
Me and my bad attitude. I chose to have a bad attitude that afternoon, and for no reason. We have a great life at home, and I was taking my life for granted. And I asked her if she was gonna make dinner, and she said no. I copped an attitude and started slamming cabinets. And like I said, we went to bed the next morning. We woke up, and it spilled over into the next morning because we were still angry and upset. And I ended up smacking her. She ran out of the house.
When you say smacking, punching, slapping?
No, I smacked her open hand. I smacked her upside her head. I got her forehead, and I think one of my fingers hit her eyelid, and it bruised the tip of her eyelid.
But you gave her a black eye?
Absolutely, I did.
And do you remember why you lashed out at her physically?
I really didn't have a specific reason. She's never done anything. She's a beautiful person, a great mom, a great partner to me, and I really had no reason to do that other than I was under stress at work. I have a small business.
Have you ever hit a woman before?
Yeah, I have.
So you've had issues with keeping your hands to yourself even before this incident?
Yes, I have.
So what was that like? You gave her a smack and you ended up doing 3 years in prison.
It was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, to be honest with you. Literally, the moment I got arrested, like, I don't know, something went off in my head, and I just knew that something had to change, otherwise I was gonna lose everybody and everything that meant something to me in my life.
Now, when you're going off to jail or prison, do you guys talk? Are you saying, wait for me?
Absolutely, she was the one telling me.
That she wanted to wait for you?
Literally the next day, I was
I'll see you in 3 years.
Absolutely, yeah.
Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was.
Do you feel like you would ever put your hands on her again?
Absolutely not.
Tell me about the phone call you got from Hailey when you were in jail.
On January 26th, 2020, it was about 4 in the afternoon. I called her. It was right before count time in the prison, and I called her at 4 o'clock. She wasn't answering, and finally she did answer on like the 5th time I called, and I said, hey, what's going on? She said the van wouldn't start, and so she was gonna call our insurance company to have a tow truck driver come to jump the car. Well, the following day, I had called her back. And she was weird and had an attitude on the phone and just blurted out that she was talking to some other guy.
That had to devastate you.
It did. It did. I was taken aback. I didn't know what to say. I was shocked. My stomach was in a knot. So we're on the phone, and she's telling me about this, and she actually tells me the whole truth, and she says that it was actually 4 months prior to this that she had actually ran into this gentleman before, talked to him a little while, and then stopped talking to him, and then 4 months later, he mysteriously appeared again, and she started to talk to him again, and then suddenly stopped talking to him again. So I don't know what to believe. I don't know who to believe or what to believe.
But when you're in jail and your other half is out in the free world, don't they have a right to, like, see other people?
Not if you're in a committed relationship, I don't think so.
Nah, I think so.
You think so?
Like, even me, I've been married 21 years. If I go to prison for, like, 5 years, my wife can go out and do whatever she wants. I mean, I can't expect her. I'm serious.
I hear you.
I mean, how can you expect somebody to be faithful for, like, 5 years or 3 years? It's a long time.
It is a long time.
She says she found a dating app on your phone.
She did, and I can explain.
Which one?
It was POF.
POF?
Yeah.
Oh, Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. And so we were in an argument. I think about this topic. We were talking about something, and she said something slick to me. I think I had had a couple drinks, and I didn't know how else to get her back. I just downloaded it in hopes that maybe she'd see it. It was childish.
Did you really think about, like, you wanted?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, you didn't do anything?
No, I didn't do anything. I put it on there. I literally forgot about it when I woke up the next morning. Like 3 or 4 days later, she saw something, like an email or something. I hadn't even responded or even opened an email, so nothing came of that.
Do you see a future with Hailey?
Absolutely.
You want to marry her?
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, baby.
I haven't lied to you in 6 years.
I know you have.
I've always been faithful to you.
I know you have, and I love you, and I'm sorry about everything. It's just like killing me. Like, don't you understand it? Like, you were solid, and then you tell me this news, and then, like, we have a family at home, and, like, I just want to know.
I've never done anything. You should know me by now.
It's just killing me. I do know you by now. You're a great mom,
You
a
should
great
know me
woman.
by
You're my
now.
best friend, and, like, I just want to know, like, for sure. Like, you know I'm a little off sometimes, so I just want to know, you know?
Do you feel like you owe him an answer?
No, I feel like he should take my word for it.
What if you did sleep with somebody while he's away? Don't you have a right to sleep with somebody if you wanted to? If you did, I'm not saying you did, but I'm saying he gives you a smack, he goes to prison for 3 years. What the hell?
I feel like
You're a young, beautiful woman. You know.
I feel like a lot of people wouldn't blame me, but
I certainly wouldn't.
That's not who I am, and I love him, and I didn't want that to be the reason why we
You said I'm going to
don't.
stay with him even though he was going to prison for hitting you. I just want to go back real quickly. The night that you guys were arguing, do you remember what it was about?
Something stupid. I don't
But
even
then
remember.
the argument goes into the next day.
It goes into the next
And the moment he hits you, was that a total shock?
Yeah.
Because he had never hit you before? And the judge say 3 years?
Yeah, the DA.
Yeah, so he goes, we're giving him 3 years, and you hear he's getting 3 years. What went through your mind?
I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to be that long.
So he's in there and he's, I love you, I can't wait to get out someday and see you. And you happen to go on a date with the guy, or what?
No.
Who's this mysterious guy that he's all worked up about?
My car broke down, and the tow truck driver is the guy.
He's what?
He's the guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
So it was by chance. I never went on a date with him. He called me or texted me afterwards, and we talked a handful of times on the phone. I stopped.
Why did you stop?
Because I love him.
Yeah. But you thought, well, maybe.
For a second.
Yeah, and then you said, no, I can't.
And then I said no.
All right, Hailey, you're up first.
Okay.
And we asked you, while Chris was incarcerated, did you have any physical sexual contact with that man? You answered no. While Chris was incarcerated, did you have sexual intercourse with that man? You answered no. At any time when Chris was not incarcerated, have you had sexual contact with any other person besides Chris? You answered no. At any time when Chris was not incarcerated, have you had sexual intercourse with any other person besides Chris? You answered no. Her results came back the same to each and every question, and it came back that Hailey told the truth.
I told you.
Chris came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked him, while in a relationship with Hailey, have you had physical sexual contact with any other person besides her? He answered no. He did not tell the truth. While in a relationship with Hailey, have you had sexual intercourse with any other person besides her? He answered no. He told the truth. Since you started dating Hailey, did you ever meet in person someone you connected with on a dating app? He answered no. He told the truth. So he failed for, while in a relationship with Hailey, have you ever had physical sexual contact with any other person besides her? That one he said no, and he did not tell the truth. So at some point in your relationship with Hailey, you had sexual physical contact. Come on.
I really haven't.
She passed her test.
She
You're
did, absolutely.
You passed 2 good questions.
What does that mean, though, contact? Like,
You could have made out with another chick.
Oh, yeah, that's not what happened.
Kissing, touching.
Okay, no.
You took him back, and that's your decision. It's your life. I would advise every woman, once a guy hits you, you should be gone. Like, there's no second chances with that. But that's how I feel, okay? And you're a grown woman, and, you know, you're with him now, whatever. But I will say, if he starts badgering you again about, did you sleep with somebody? Did you do? Then you're going to have to make a decision whether this is really the right relationship for you. Because, you know, 3 years of your freedom, you going out, being able to do anything you wanted to do, and you did nothing. And then if he ever in the future would ever badger you again, you'd have to say, does he deserve me? You know what I mean? You'd have to say, does this guy deserve me? All right. Are you satisfied with what you got today?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you, and keep your hands to yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve.
All right, take care. Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Visit the link in the description to get my help